Have you ever wanted to create a time-based series that had a unique aesthetic appeal because a regular line chart just didn't cut it? Well, this is called a stream graph, and it shows how the values of different categories change over time. It's kind of like a stacked area chart, but the values spread out from the center rather than the horizontal axis, which makes it look like streams or rivers. It can be a really eye-catching storytelling tool, and it brings attention to cyclical changes or big surges over time. I used it recently to show how I've spent my 15 waking hours since college. I broke it down by the type of activity. So we have leisure, learning, working, and caretaking. And it's just amazing to see how my life has changed with different major life events and shifting priorities, like how caretaking surged after my second daughter was born. So today I'm going to show you how to create this chart step by step. All the tools I used are free. So we have Excel or Google Sheets, an open source data visualization tool called RAWGraphs.io, and the design tool Figma. All right, let's go. First, we'll set up the data. We're starting off in Excel or Google Sheets. My first column is year. I've selected every year from college to current day, and you can see that I've listed, for example, 2005 multiple times. And that's because each row has to have the same year for each type of activity. So here I've listed different things, different types of activities I was doing, like caretaking, education, job, or leisure. Then in the next column, I broke it down even further on the type of task I was doing, like my math major and different types of jobs I had at the time. You can be more specific here. And the last column is hours, the number of hours I spent on each task daily. And of course, these are just estimates. I was estimating that I had about 15 waking hours in the day. About how long was I spending on leisure during this year? About how long was I spending at my job in this particular year? Now let's copy this data and paste it into RAWGraphs. This is RAWGraphs.io, an open source data visualization tool. And if you click on Use It Now, you can see a white space where you can click in and paste the data we just copied. You can check the data type of each of your columns, your variables, and change them if you need to. Scroll down, and they have lots of chart types to choose from. We are going to choose Stream Graph. Scroll down a little further and you can choose which variables you want on your x-axis, your size, your streams, and your series. On our x-axis, we want that to be our year. The size of the streams, we want to be the number of hours we spent, and the individual streams will be the different tasks. Let's scroll down and we can customize our stream graph even further. Here we can change the width of the entire chart in pixels, the height too. We can change the margins. We scroll down a little further. We can change how the streams are sorted, ascending, descending, different options. We can also change the curve type and the stream vertical alignment. Play with these. These are going to change the way your stream graph looks. If you chose to have different series where each task has its own stream graph, you can customize that here. If you keep scrolling, we can change the colors. You can see there are hex codes here that you can change, or you can click on them and choose any other color under the rainbow. Scroll down a little more and we can customize the labels, either turn them off and on, change their point, or show outline around the labels. And finally, we're going to export. We're going to export as an SVG here, which is a scalable vector graphic, meaning that each element is going to be editable to us in Figma. So let's download that and head to Figma. All right, we are in Figma. This is a design tool that you can download for free, and this is where we're going to end up. So let's zoom out, and this middle dark gray area, imagine this as our canvas, and we are going to just drag and drop our SVG file to our canvas. This white area on the left-hand side is an area that shows us all our layers. If I expand this, I can see that there's a white background that I can delete. And if I keep expanding, I'm seeing all the details and layers that RAWGraphs exported for me, the shapes, the text. And now I can start deciding what I want to delete, what I want to edit. You can see I'm deleting some labels and text here that I don't particularly want. Now I can start formatting some of these streams in the way that I want them to look. So I can change the color here on the panel on the right. There's hex codes, or I can find the color that I want in the rainbow picker. I can also add strokes or outlines around my streams and add some drop shadow too. I actually added an inner shadow to the different streams to give it this almost cutout effect that you can see here. Once you've customized all the colors and the outlines and the text, you can do extra things to add a little bit more personality. Here, I added a texture overlay. You can see if I turn it on and off, you can see there's this RAWGraph overlay that I created in another tool called Procreate, and I brought it in as a transparent PNG and overlaid it. And you can see that you can customize everything. So I changed the color of the fonts and added different shapes and legends so that this is completely customized. So if we go back down to our SVG that we brought in, see, we just double click, triple click until you get down to the exact layer that your text or your shape is on, and then you can move things around and customize it so it's more legible, because the export from RAWGraphs will need a little bit of tweaking before it is picture perfect. Now, when you feel like you're done, select your frame, and on the right-hand side at the very bottom, there's export. I like to export as a PNG and save it to my computer. I did upload this to LinkedIn, and it did resonate with a lot of people. Remember, with a stream graph, it's going to be hard for your reader to estimate the value of each category. They'll really only be able to see if it's getting larger or smaller over time, and if it's larger or smaller than the other categories. Now, in a business setting, a more straightforward chart is likely a better choice. But this does work really well when you want to look at the changing shape of a whole system over time. It's really engaging and can make cyclical behaviors or big surges stand out. I hope this was helpful. If you want to watch more timeline tutorials, check out this video by my colleague Amy, where she shows you 3 ways to make timelines in PowerPoint. Bye now.